What's this? Kettle hitting the first? That is unusual.
Welcome back.
Kettle was soaked on that one. Yeah, I'm only 30 minutes late.
Welcome back.
Playing with phones to watch your students. Ooh, telling. Set up, get the stream pulled up. Okay, I gotta go, but subscribe to the stream. Hey, thanks. Have a great day. I love you. So late. It seems like every obstacle could have come up this morning came up. I could have been on time had a bunch of stuff not happened. Yeah, it seems like no matter how many times I go, I've got to do this by 8 and start getting ready for the stream, stuff is just going to continue to happen. We had a grocery order. You know, you set your grocery order for in the morning, and usually it shows up, you know, right in the middle of the window. Nah, this guy was like, hey, I'm shopping for your stuff at 6 a.m. I'll be there at 6:45 when you're trying to leave to go to the gym. And so I had to bring all that in. And so then I get to the gym, and there's a ton of people. Okay. Oh, man. And then I was just like, I was just at a slog at the gym this morning. It was a Monday gym day. I'm glad I went. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? How's your Monday going so far? It's kind of just kicking off here. Kicking it right off the cliff down into the valley below. What I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I hate this page so much. The YouTube live stream dashboard in YouTube Studio is obnoxious. There's too many things to click on just to get to where you're at. So poorly designed. What's up, everybody? It's been a very Monday. Yeah, I'm kind of dreading starting work after this stream because just not dreading, like I'm scared to start work. Just I'm not in the mood to do any work at all. Like I feel like my weekends are just more work, and that's it. There's no rest. It's just there's work, and then there's the not work. Welcome in, everybody, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for being here. If the platform supports it, hit the like button. And if you would kindly go to the YouTube stream and just hit the like button there. The full screen stream, preferably. But either one. We're in shorts and normal YouTube, as it were. Sweet. But good to see everybody this morning. All right. Well, we got plenty of news to cover after this weekend. A lot of big stuff that I'm going to gloss over. I did publish a couple videos over the weekend sharing thoughts on the Pokemon re-releases that we talked about last week on Friday. Just, as we learn more details. And then the Xbox leadership shakeup. I have some more kind of articles on that we'll go over, and just some more thoughts that maybe I didn't articulate very well in the video I put out. But as the title of today's stream is Xbox done for, or if you're on a different platform, is Xbox cooked, because I copied and pasted stupid and realized, oh well. So is Xbox cooked? Well, with the leadership shakeup, I don't know. We'll look into it, and then we'll make a determination after that. But I do want to say, happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all having a very blessed day so far. I hope your weekend was restful. Let's jump into the news show, starting with a couple of things. Let me switch the soundtrack first. Oh my gosh. I keep hearing the dogs. They're just barking. I don't know what they're barking at. They're barking at nothing. There's like a truck outside, but I keep having to go check. I'm not going to check right now. They just better eat whatever's trying to break into my house. Anyway, so today, or tomorrow, I guess, not today, tomorrow, at 2 p.m. Pacific time, that's noon Central time for me, Nintendo Treehouse Live, February 2026, will be going into some detail on Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Switch 2 Edition, and Pokemon Pokopia, doing some deep dives and gameplays. Here's my problem with Treehouse. Treehouse tends to dive too deeply into the gameplay for like a preview, and they end up showing a lot more about the game than I think we need to see to be convinced. But maybe that's not a big deal. I don't think the Rumble stream or the Facebook stream really got updated right. Because when I hit save, it still says save. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna end it. Forget it. Just be done. Go away. Save some bandwidth. Hey Brent, good to see you. Alright, anyway. Everywhere else is fine. Alright, but anyway. So, yeah, we're getting a Treehouse tomorrow. I'm not going to watch this. I'm not even going to do a react to it. I don't think any news will come out of it. They just show gameplay. And that's something that I want to experience myself. I don't really want to be shown all of the details or the, all of the things that will be accessible by the time these games come out. Pokopia is like the first week in March, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder, I don't remember when that's supposed to come out. It's soon. I have to look. I have no idea. But either way, I don't know if I'm gonna upgrade Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I need to play through it, the base game, before I do that. But now that the Switch 2 edition is coming, we might just wait for it to drop and then play through it all. I'll probably solo it, to be honest. Anyway, let's move on. Let's jump into our main... No, not yet. I lied. Dragon Ball Age 1000 revealed to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. If you're a fan of the Xenoverse series. An apparent accident on the Southeast Asian YouTube page for Bandai Namco has revealed that the forthcoming Dragon Ball game, codenamed Age 1000, is actually the next Xenoverse game in the Dragon Ball franchise. The reveal was spotted by several individuals online when Bandai Namco Southeast Asia had placed the Age 1000 reveal trailer in a now deleted playlist titled Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Oops. Oh my gosh. Well, imagine spoiling this. Now, what if it's like a misdirect? What if it's not necessarily intentional? Right? What if they just are messing with us and put it there to trick us into thinking it's Xenoverse 3, and then this is all just a stage thing? No, this is just an intern who screwed up. But new Dragon Ball New Game Project Age of 1000 announced releasing 2027, and yeah, it's Xenoverse 3. People have been waiting on this for a long time. Hey, Denal, good to see you. So the Xenoverse games are fine. I think I played the first one, and that I didn't touch the second one, which was probably a lot better, given how revered Xenoverse 3 is and how excited people are for it already. That's cool. You know, I just find the slip ups like this very funny. We didn't mean to announce the game as Xenoverse 3, but it is. So, oops, sorry. All right, let's talk about the major story. Phil Spencer retires from Xbox. Sarah Bond resigns. So we talked about this. There's a video up on the channel. I talked about this kind of at length. Just my thoughts on the whole situation. This has been a major shakeup at Microsoft at a time where trust is super low in the Xbox brand and hardware, and Microsoft is in a spot where, you know, consumers are just more and more irritated with Microsoft as a brand. And it seems coincidental, a little too convenient to you know, see Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond both resign at the same time. Phil Spencer's like, I'm retiring. Xbox president Sarah Bond is like, I'm out. It's time to move on. You know, why would those people leave at the same time? We don't know. I don't know that we'll ever know. My guess would be the pressures from the top, coupled with the AI boom right now, is something that maybe they don't want to be a part of, or they you know, just the general disdain for Xbox right now from the user base means that a shakeup was needed. You know, obviously they'll make it look like they left voluntarily. I hope they did. I hope they weren't like forced out or anything. But, you know, it's kind of a bummer. Phil Spencer did turn Xbox around at a time where nobody believed they could recover. And yet, here we are in 2026, and we're pretty sure they can't recover again. Right? That's kind of where we're at. So we have their new CEO, Asha Sharma, which we talked about. I'm not going to go into some of I don't want to really retread some of the things I talked about in the video I put up yesterday, but let's talk about this one. The new Xbox CEO wants to develop stories with emotional resonance. And I thought this was important because this is somebody who maybe can see like what, you know, what her role is to help studios publish games and not really to understand the ins and outs of gaming. But I don't know. New Microsoft Gaming CEO Asha Sharma discusses what she likes in video games. She also admits she's got a lot to learn in her new role. She became the head of Xbox on February 20th, 2026, following a shakeup that saw Phil Spencer retire and Sarah Bond leave the company. She's trying to be an engaging CEO in her first 24 hours, outlining her vision for AI and Xbox's future. That's something we need to talk about. And responding to gamers on social media, which she has done. Some people think it's an AI reply bot, which would be hilarious if true, but doesn't really matter if it is or if it isn't. Still, her background at Microsoft saw her leading the core AI division. Before Microsoft, she held top positions for Instacart and Meta. While those are successful companies, they don't exactly scream gaming. As such, Sharma knows she has a lot to learn in her new position. In an interview with Variety, Sharma was quoted as saying that she likes games with deep emotional resonance. She also touted the game Firewatch as a game that resonated with her emotionally. Sharma plans to win over core Xbox gamers and earn the right to be trusted. She hopes to develop consistency over time that will lead to a stronger relationship with the player base. I'm coming into gaming as a platform builder, Sharma noted. In response to social media comment, she even listed her 3 favorite games, Halo, Valheim, and GoldenEye. It's respectable. Moving forward, she will work closely with Matt Booty to enact her initiatives. Sarah Bond will assist her and provide guidance during the transition before her exit from Microsoft. So yeah, Sarah Bond's stepping down, but she will serve in an advisory role for the next few months, through the summer, I believe is what they said in the press releases. But yeah, so It's interesting. A lot of people are calling her gaming experience into question. There's a whole thing with her Xbox profile. Is only at is estimated based on achievements and stuff, estimated to be like a couple months old. So, maybe she's trying to learn as much as she can about what Xbox manages, as far as IPs and what games are available, what kinds of games. You know, that's all well and good. But I don't think she actually needs to like prove her gaming chops to be a CEO. I think the job requirements are a little different. And, if you look at Take-Two, their success, the CEO of Take-Two doesn't even play GTA or games. People were asking him in an interview about GTA 6. He's like, I don't do that. And so maybe being a CEO role, we shouldn't be so critical of her background in gaming, because it's not super relevant to being a CEO. Now, she is a CEO of a games company, so there is some expectation to like at least learn and understand what makes gaming work and what makes people like gaming, but not to the degree that I've seen like some of these, oh yeah, you like video games? Name one real video game. You're not a gamer. Like that kind of attitude is just stupid and ridiculous, and it just proves that anyone can say anything on the internet, and nobody's gonna go, hey, you're being stupid. And if they do, they just get ignored anyway, because right now the bandwagon is to dogpile and criticize, right? And I'm not gonna be in that camp. I'm not gonna question whether or not she's a good fit for CEO. She hasn't done anything yet. Obviously she was named to this position. Let's hope for the best, right? As long as she understands the market. Yeah, I think that's like the key. As long as she understands the current condition and situation Xbox finds itself in, and what she can do to make Xbox like publish great games and make things available for the publishers and developers that are making these games, make what they need available, help them meet the needs that they have to publish great stuff. I think that's like the most important thing. And if she can do that, then it doesn't matter if she's sitting there playing Halo or anything. Listen to a lot of CEO and entrepreneur stuff. Being an expert in the field they're leading has very little to its success. It's more about being a leader and putting the experts where they need to be. Exactly, dude. Exactly. It's like, it's not like maybe being like a defensive line coach in the NFL where you need to understand defensive plays. This is being like a franchise manager for, an entire NFL team, where you need to make decisions about how the franchise is run, and things happen at the top level that doesn't directly impact fans or players, but it will eventually. Decisions she makes will affect everybody at Xbox, consumers, players, and otherwise. But her like gaming experience is irrelevant to this. And I don't know why we have to like, I don't know, it's weird, right? Like, it's a CEO position. I guess because we've had Phil Spencer for so long, and we had Reggie at Nintendo for so long, and then now we've got more corporate-y kind of replacements since then for these people. And with Doug Bowser, it was just like, dude never posted on social media. And then now he stepped down, and we have Devin Pritchard at Nintendo, and her first appearance did spark some controversy with some people, but it was really a nothing burger, because some people are just weird. Like, who would you rather have as a boxing coach, Mike Tyson or Mike Tyson's coach? No, dude, that's exactly it. Who would I rather have as a boxing coach? Like, I think the roles are super different and important, and we as consumers are just so caught up in our little bubbles about sharing game trivia and one-upping each other on what we know and things we do in games that the business side is not concerned with what I'm doing. So I think that's where we gotta like really separate ourselves from what's going on at a business level, because unless you're an aspiring CEO or an actual CEO, you don't know anything. I don't know what it takes to run a company. I wouldn't want to. I have no desire to be a CEO of a $1 billion industry, or company, because that sounds like a lot of work and sacrifice that, me as a little developer doesn't necessarily want to make. And I don't see the problem with that. I'm trying to move on. But new Microsoft Gaming CEO has no tolerance for bad AI. I'm interested where this goes, but the new Microsoft Gaming CEO has given her stance on AI. She also firmly believes that human beings are the ones responsible for great stories in gaming, which is all nice words to say in here. So on Asha Sharma's vision for Xbox and the future of Microsoft Gaming, an interview with Variety, Sharma, who was previously head of core AI at Microsoft, commented on her stance on AI and gaming. She admits the industry is in a tumultuous place, but remains optimistic and open-minded about the future. Speaking of the future, while she does have a background in AI, she also has no tolerance for bad AI. Furthermore, she also believes in protecting what she believes in, as that pertains to AI. She is cognizant that AI is part of gaming's future, as it has played a role in its past. Still, she believes humans tell good stories. The AI has long been a part of gaming and will continue to be, noting that gaming needs new growth engines, but that great stories are created by humans. Okay, so we literally just took the direct quote, wrote a bunch of words, and said the same thing over and over. The point is, the great stories are created by humans is a little reassuring. That means we're not going to tolerate AI-generated slop, which I think is what bad AI. She can't say slop. Slop is banned at Microsoft. She can't say microslop. So she's not allowed, probably banned from saying AI slop at all in her current employer's space. Probably by herself. You can call it slop, but let's see. My vision: the future gamers should be able to play high quality games they like. Make me CEO of gaming. Yeah, just make me the emperor of video games, and I'll lead you all to prosperity and success in the gaming space. And you can have whatever video games you want as long as they're not AI slop fest games. Good lord. I don't know. I like the take though on bad AI. I don't know what bad AI really means. Is it poorly implemented AI, or is it AI as a bad actor? Like what does that amount to in this context? I don't really know. I guess we'll find out. Apparently I opened this tab twice. Okay. 3 times? Can I go to the next one? Good lord. All right, well, let's check in. Let's see what Sarah Bond had to say. I'm proud of what we built. Outgoing Xbox president Sarah Bond breaks silence after exit news. Xbox president and COO Sarah Bond has spoken for the first time since Friday's news that she's leaving Microsoft alongside head of gaming Phil Spencer. Bond's departure from Microsoft was equally unexpected as Phil Spencer's. The executive joined Microsoft in 2017, overseeing gaming business partnerships. In 2023, she was promoted to president of Xbox, reporting directly to Spencer. Writing on LinkedIn, Bond said she decided now is the right time for me to take my next step, both personally and professionally, and shared praise for the incoming CEO, Sharma. And there's a lot of news to take in today, Bond wrote. I'm incredibly proud of what we built together over the past 8+ years. PC and cloud gaming are growing faster than ever, and our console is well underway, and together, we've helped lay the foundation for a more open gaming platform that spans devices and reach players around the world. The post continues. When we announced our intention to acquire Activision Blizzard in 2022, I committed to helping lead Xbox through what would be a critical period of change. Over the past 4 years, we've navigated that moment together and positioned the business for what comes next. We took on some of the biggest challenges in this organization has ever faced and did it as one team. With that, I've decided it is the right time for me to take my next step, both personally and professionally. We're living through a transformative technological era that will shape the next generation of our industry. I'm energized by what's ahead. I'm not going to read too much into that statement. It's very professional and closed, and you're not supposed to just assume what people's intent are with what they write. However, I would say that kind of reads like, I don't necessarily like the direction things are going, and now's the best time for me to jump ship. Whatever the truth is, we'll never find out. But with her and Phil Spencer leaving at the same time, my guess is the AI push is a little too much. And I said it at the beginning of the show, the pressure on Xbox to, turn a profit and drive more subscriptions and sales and everything else and be more revenue driven, I guess, it is a lot. And they're probably leaning on AI to help, increase that. And maybe in a way that they weren't willing or satisfied doing, if that makes any sense. I don't know, though. I don't know enough about, Xbox has been kind of tight-lipped lately. When Phil Spencer first came on, they were very transparent and open about what changes they were making and what was going on kind of behind the scenes. A lot of new hardware we were talking about, a lot of changes with the existing hardware, a lot of announcements were being made. And then over time, the announcements got less and less. And then they're, where we're at now, things are driven kind of like by leaks and rumors. And eventually they have to put out a statement to address the rumors. And so it's a situation where, they got quiet and we didn't get concerned enough, but maybe we should have been. We could have seen this coming. So yeah, that's the Xbox news, right? Like, that's the whole shakeup. New management's coming in, new decisions being made. I don't think we should be concerned or upset yet. I think time will tell. Everything that's coming out this year had been on the books for a while, so we can't really point at like the new leadership and go, see, that game sucks because you're in charge. When these leaders that are being hired and put in place now have nothing to do with the current schedule. They know what it is, but they haven't led the teams or led anyone to make the current schedule, like release schedule, what it is. So maybe we'll know more later in the year. Maybe Summer Games Fest we'll get some announcements or something, on what's next. But that's the thing. Time's gonna tell. As long as no major projects that were announced get canceled, I'll be all right. Perfect Dark still haunts me to this day. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about layoffs. Tencent reportedly closes Timmy Montreal studio. Developer had not released a game in the 5 years since its founding. Well, I believe it was a support studio, so that's interesting. Timmy Studio Group, a Tencent subsidiary, has reportedly shut down its Montreal studio. Sources told GameFile that the closure was anticipated, and rumors resurfaced last Friday when another source stated the shutdown was imminent. In a now unavailable LinkedIn post, a Timmy Montreal programmer said the studio had closed and noted that employees had been aware for some time. Imagine staying at your job, being aware that it's about to end. That's tough and kind of panicky. Like, I would hope to have something lined up. Let's see. Another former worker responded to the post writing, "This team was exceptional, not just in talent, but also in camaraderie. It's one of those experiences that sticks with you for a long time, and I feel privileged to have been a part of it." Representatives for Tencent and Timmy Studio Group did not provide a comment to GameFile. If I'm understanding right, Timmy was working on Pokemon Unite support stuff and Call of Duty Mobile, but I think the Montreal studio was not directly involved in development for those games. I think that was Tencent proper, and Timmy, maybe the not Montreal version of Timmy. I don't know for sure. But not a good look. Another studio closing down. All these Canadian studios seem to be shutting down, so that's also concerning. Is everything okay in Canada? I mean, it's not, but we understand. All right. After working on, let's see. Oh yeah, after working on a AAA open world for 5 years, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Director's Studio reportedly shut down by Tencent without releasing a single game. Timmy Montreal was said to be working on an original multi-platform IP. So this is just another perspective on the shutdown and references GameFile, the GameFile article we just read. But yeah, so Tencent shut them down. I mean, if they weren't a support studio and they weren't producing any games, what were you doing? You had to at least show something was coming. Super weird. But okay. I hate that people are losing their jobs. I really hope whatever they were working on, the experience can help them land a new job. Okay. Let's jump to Overwatch. Overwatch player peaks have only grown since Season 1's launch weekend and shows no signs of stopping as hype for the revived FPS continues. We're so back. Overwatch's player numbers didn't trail off after its last major update. I'm still playing, and that speaks volumes. Overwatch's player base rocketed to new heights, or at least heights the game hadn't seen in years. Man, words are hard. With the launch of Season 1 and 5 new playable heroes earlier this month. But in a rare return for live service game, its player count didn't start trailing off soon after its big update. In fact, the perennial hero shooter actually grew its audience week over week. When Overwatch Season 1 first came out, the game pulled in just over 165,000 players at the same time on Steam alone. The seasonal update's first weekend then remained steady, hitting a peak of 122,715 players thanks to strong word of mouth and popular streamers returning to the game. That's normally where a major live service update would plateau, but Overwatch actually expanded its player base this weekend and reached a 136,582 player peak on Steam. The trend was consistent across this entire weekend too. Season 1's second Friday out in the world outperformed its first, as did its second Saturday and Sunday. So I'm not gonna read the article. It's just gonna repeat itself, talk about player counts. I just think it's awesome. The game's in a really good spot, and I've been a huge fan of Overwatch for a long time. I say a huge fan. I played it a lot back in the early days of the game, and kept playing it into Overwatch 2's launch, and stopped with Overwatch 2. Unmet promises and all the issues that they had with Overwatch 2. It seems like they've course corrected for the best, and the new characters are a lot of fun, and the return to a story and just a lot of gameplay options are really good. It's as if players play games they like. No, it's very true. I think it helps that Marvel Rivals took a lot of the Overwatch audience and showed them what they could be getting, and then the Overwatch developers were like, "Oh wait, we can be better than what we were." And that's important. Competition is good in the industry when it works right. And this is a case of, Rivals and Overwatch can exist side by side. But I think the crossover population is going to be a big win for either side to get. And if they flow back and forth, then cool. Good for both developers. But I think at some point, someone's going to maintain a higher player base on average, regardless of Overwatch's head start. I mean, like month to month, we're gonna start seeing like shifts or a big shift in one direction or the other. And I guess it depends on content and seasonality. What happens each season. But I'm excited. Future of Overwatch is good. I've been playing a lot. We played last night on stream. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. Even when I was losing, I was still enjoying it. Except for some of the brain dead teammates I got. Which was the first time since the new season launched that I actually had a team of just idiots. I was one of them. I'm not going to lie. I don't play the best. But either way, it's good to see the game back on its feet. Alright, let's talk about Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It has a Switch 2 upgrade. That quote is worse than the Wii U version, and Nintendo is apparently offering refunds. So, Definitive Edition became the first in the 16-year-old JRPG series to get a Switch 2 upgrade on February 19th. But fans have already taken issue with what they now dub a very disappointing purchase, reportedly prompting refunds from Nintendo. The base game itself broke free from Wii U prison 1 year ago with a well-received Switch 1 port. The Definitive Edition only to now be revamped in 2026 with improved visuals once again for Nintendo's new console, or at least that was the plan. Folks aren't exactly thrilled with the upgrade, which is supposed to feature a shiny 4K resolution at a smooth frame rate of up to 60 FPS when docked in the same frames with 1080p in handheld mode. A quick look at the game's Reddit forum shows as much, with one post warning, "Don't run this version handheld until the visuals are fixed." Another simply offers a meme about the game while docked versus while running in handheld. Over on YouTube, there are plenty of discussions regarding the new Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition upgrade, along with comparisons of the older Switch 1 port side by side. Okay, so it's not performing well? Like, I don't fully understand what's going on. So what has come with all of this? Refunds, apparently. In mere days post-launch, people are alleging Nintendo is indeed granting refund requests to saddened fans. A thread on the matter outlines that one player apparently managed to snag their money back, with comments showing others claiming to have also received a refund. They state that they asked for the refund while saying that the image quality of the upgraded version is worse than the original game, which is true. The poster continues, they said that they normally don't refund digital games, but can do in this case after analyzing the problem. They explained that they requested a refund in the first place due to the Switch 2 edition not being the Nintendo quality I expected, and people who are replying largely agree. Some call the upgrade really disappointing, while others amusingly declare it looks worse than the Wii U version from 2015. Another writes this is not okay for charging $5. Unsurprisingly though, not everyone agrees. Various responses show players who are happy enough with the upgrade, but with so many evidently disappointed fans, I wouldn't be too surprised if Nintendo really was offering refunds. Maybe a patch released too early, and it was just kind of bugged out. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Millie with friends. Hello. Welcome in. I don't know. I would like to check it out. I really want to pick up the entire Xenoblade Chronicles run on the Switch, and maybe they all get Switch 2 patches. I don't know. Be kind of nice. But apparently this one is the weakest patch Switch 2 upgrade ever. I would like to see for myself. I'll look up some comparisons and see what's going on there. But I don't know. Odd. Rare for Nintendo to drop a visual issue like that. Okay, I'm not going to read the article. I just thought the headline was funny. Resident Evil Requiem leakers deserve to die 10,000 deaths. Former series director Hideki Kamiya says, I pray they are cursed to never play the game again. Destroying everyone's joy just for these a-holes' own self-gratification. So, strong words for leakers and spoiler people. I get it. I kind of feel the same. All right. And this is coming up. This is the end of the show. You can only pick one. GameCube, PS2, Xbox, or Dreamcast. This was what many consider the last good console generation. You know, online play was strictly just fun multiplayer. If you had online play at all, there were no patches, there were no roadmaps, no battle passes. Just buying games and playing games. So I don't know what chat. Which one would you guys pick? But you can only pick one. See, that's tough. Because I like a lot of things with all four. Like, this generation here is really good. PS2. What on PS2 did you like absolutely love? Because I lean towards the GameCube, knowing full well that the Xbox has Halo, the Dreamcast had Sonic Adventure, which came to the GameCube, and PS2 had Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, which are also very important to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a hard decision. But the GameCube had Wind Waker and Mario Kart and Smash Bros. And all these other games. That's just what I had, though. I don't remember any of the games. I eventually had all of them. But if I only had to pick one, I mean, yikes. Maybe I see the arguments for the PlayStation, but I'd still lean GameCube. You get the Game Boy player, so you have GBA games. All of the first-party Nintendo games were great. You know, a lot of stuff to love on the GameCube. It has a handle. It's cube. It's a cube. Well, that's what I would pick. Anyway, well, that's pretty much all I got for the game news here. Anything on anybody's mind you want to chat about before we go? We're right at the 41-minute mark on stream time. Did I even like my own stream today? I did not. I should have. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on in the industry. A lot of shakeups and confusion. You know, we had the Blue Point studio shut down last week, and then all this stuff with Xbox, and then they play a lot of Beautiful Joe at Walmart. Man, that was such a fun game. I had it on a demo disc. I love the demo. Never played the full game. I remember like playing demos in Walmart was like an experience. You had to touch that grody controller, but man, if you didn't have the console, it's like, this is my chance. This is my chance to try it out, you know? It was a time to be alive. Anybody watch the trailer for Toy Story 5? It looks kind of good, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think I just straight up get excited for anything anymore. I think I'm like, what's the catch? Never played it, but looking up 167-degree angle. Oh, man. Yeah, you had to be like craning your neck back. And then if your mom was like, hey, you could play, I'll be back. So you're playing, and you're not really doing anything. You know, these demos aren't great. So you're just playing through them. And then your mom gets back, you're like, my neck hurts. I'm in pain. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Oh no. Oh no, we have to talk about this. In an update that's being shared, a few things. New reporting on Xbox leadership changes. Xbox Anywhere was Sarah Bond's plan. This is an Xbox ad, was her idea and offended many internally. Writing on the wall for Sarah and Phil to leave. People internally relieved that Sarah Bond is gone. That's from The Verge, apparently. The pivot away from console, led by Bond under Spencer's direction, hasn't gone well for Xbox. The strategy had been failing internally, had been questioned multiple times. Bond tried to push mobile and cloud over console to reach potentially millions more Xbox customers. But the result has been a classic case of chasing tomorrow's customers by neglecting today's. Player Essence says it seems Sarah Bond's not being scapegoated for Xbox failing. I don't think that, a lot of people had to sign off on these things. To blame one person. Now, the leadership should take responsibility, but good Lord. How quickly we're going, all right, bye, good luck, thanks for everything. It was their fault. Like, oof. Let's see. GameCube diversity. Yeah, it's 2000 celebrate diversity. And it's funny because now it's like, nope, everything all in one. You no handheld or TV, just have it all at the same time. Let's see. Stealth said some stuff. There's a lot of blame to go around for recent failings of Xbox. Shouldn't all be placed at the feet of Sarah Bond. Most of the current and former Xbox employees I've spoken to in recent days are relieved that Bond is leaving Microsoft. I've heard from multiple sources that Bond has been tough to work with and built a team structure that meant if you didn't follow the vision or questioned it, you were out. Most have praised their ability to strike partnerships with companies and developers, though. I understand Bond's strategy had been failing internally and been questioned multiple times. Bond had tried to push mobile and cloud over console. Yeah, we just read that. Austin John talking about, you mentioned Fire Red and Leaf Green in your Twitter feed, and then all of a sudden you get product ads for ROM hacks. I've been getting these for a while. It's very weird. I don't know if anybody else on Twitter noticed. I need to lay off Twitter, probably. I'm on it. Like, we're on it right now. I'm just sitting here scrolling it, talking to you guys. I'm just getting all the updates on this Sarah Bond situation. It's kind of wild. Let's see. Can I just go to the top of this? Okay, here we go. Promotional sale at PS Direct this week. What does that look like? I might check that out after the stream is over. We have an update on the future of Assassin's Creed. Today we're introducing new members of the leadership team that will steer the franchise's ambitious new chapter. Okay. Game preservation works only if people care. As GOG doubles down on its commitment to saving old games, it's asking players who give a crap to support its crusade. I support their crusade. Stardew Valley creator offers advice to fan hoping to recover save file of co-op farm with late partner. I would love to have everything we built together. I don't want, that sounds like a sad thing. I don't want to know. A lot going on. Let's see. All right. Well, I think that's it. That does it for the game news. All right, that's Monday's news. We'll come back on Wednesday with more stuff. Yeah. So let's find somebody to raid. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be redirected to Lano's channel, Reforge Gaming. He's doing a much longer, probably more impressive game news show than I do. I'm very casual when it comes to this kind of thing. You know, it's not a big deal for me. I'm just here to talk about it because I like talking about it. And covering it, but some people are better articulating their positions than I am. Most people are. I feel like a fraud in this space. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I just don't add up. You know, I come out here and put my best foot forward, but I just look at everybody else. I'm like, everybody else is way better than I am. Imposter syndrome. That's what I was looking for. Anyway. All right, I love you guys. We're going to send it over to Lulu May. She hasn't been live in a while. And you guys can go enjoy her what's played Palia. Hadn't seen that in a while. All right, love you guys. Y'all have a great day. I will be live again tomorrow night. We are playing Kingdom Hearts, I think. We're going to try to finish up Birth by Sleep so we can move on. And then Wednesday we'll have game news. Thursday we will have Pokemon. And Friday, we'll have more Pokemon with the Pokemon Presents stream. That one's starting early, and we're going to go all the way. We're going to go a long time in the morning, but we'll be reacting to the Pokemon Presents together. So be looking forward to that. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.